If you're asking yourself, why would I moan in bed? Last week I made a great video about why every man should absolutely moan in bed. I'll leave it in the description below. And today I will actually teach you how to start authentically express yourself vocally while making love. Let's dive in. I remember asking my ex-partner to express himself vocally for me while making love. And he said, why? It's stupid. I sound ridiculous. I'd rather hear you. Well, I can tell you, I also would like to hear you. That's number one, right? But then why do men have inhibitions to express themselves through sound while making love? Why do you think it happens? Social conditioning, of course, plays a role in that. Boys don't cry, right? Cry, we're expressing through sound. Boys don't show their emotions. You can't be vulnerable, and while you're making love, you're at your most vulnerable state. Vulnerability is weakness. It's for girls. I have to be tough, logical, and practical, right? I cannot show my emotions. Then another social conditioning, watching porn. If you think of pornography, of heterosexual pornography, you will instantly imagine female sounds, fake, inauthentic sounding, by the way. So you don't really hear men growl, and if you do, it's the woman who really goes for it and expresses herself, right? If you have more thoughts about why men are less vocal in bed than women, please leave me in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts. Before we begin, please consider to subscribe. My name is Katyusha, I'm your sex coach, and let's dive in. 3 tips on how to start authentically expressing yourself vocally while making love, specifically for men. Number 1, put away your joysticks and delete your pornography sites. Why? First, it's a much larger and deeper and bigger social issue, but today I will tie it to the sounding, particularly to how it affects your lovemaking. So first, I want you to know that the probability of you being born and experience this life, 5 senses reality in your body, in your physical shoes, are about 1 in 500 trillion, right? And 2.5 million people would have to get together in order specifically for you, unique you, to be born. I'll leave the article in the description below. It's fascinating. So the miracle that you have is this body. So what happens when you are glued to your computer screens, and especially when you start your sexual journey with pornography sites, right? You're using your head, your imagination, right? But you're not living in your 5 senses reality. In other words, you're not on the streets pursuing girls, experience lovemaking. You don't use your senses of smell, which is so important in lovemaking, the senses of touch, right? To hear real voice, real sexual vocal expression of a woman right in front of you. So I will tell you from my personal experience and from the experience of many other women, men who were the sexiest, right, who turned us on, who were satisfied, they were very much in touch with their internal instincts in their body, and they could express themselves vocally, freely. Those men were older, so that's the other reason why we women are drawn to older men. And putting the daddy issues aside right now, there's another aspect to it, because older men lived a different life. They grew up on streets, playing, fighting, wrestling, running around, pursuing girls, participating all of your 5 senses in it. And when you glue to the computer, you're only using your imagination and the hand, maybe. They have this roughness, this masculinity, this butchiness that men from younger generations just do not have. For the younger men, and I know that you're watching my channel, thank you very much, get out there and play hockey, like rough sports, hockey, American football, martial arts, where you incorporate and when you embody your experiences, right? It will for sure make you a better lover. Number 2, start moaning and sounding out while making love, even if it feels awkward at first, right? You have to start somewhere. You have to break that inhibition of yours and pay attention to what's happening. Oh, I don't want to hear myself sound, or oh, I sound ridiculous. Pay attention to that thought. Pay attention to what's happening in your body. There's a contraction in the solar plexus, maybe when you judged yourself, right? I want you to be in tune with your body, with your bodily sensations. And let's practice a little bit now, right? I want you to breathe deeply a few times and then go ahead and take a deep breath. And I want you to express it, exhale it, whatever you're feeling inside, right? Whether it's tiredness, whether it's a turn on, whether it is a pain, contraction in the solar plexus, right? The solar plexus is a very important factor in our pleasure during sex. When the solar plexus region is relaxed, then the sexual sensations, they flow freely through your body. So go on and do it. Maybe it's sadness. Maybe it's joy. Maybe it's pain or regret. Right? Maybe it's a turn on, right? Whatever it is, express yourself and pay attention to what's happening, what thoughts just ran through your mind, right? Start doing it. Start doing it anyway, even if you feel that it's awkward. Number 3, get in touch with your subconscious mind, with the deeper layers of your psyche. Men have to unwrap lots of layers of shame, guilt, limiting beliefs as well. And for that, I encourage you to work with sex therapists or with sex coach who can help you to do so, because they have the tools to penetrate through that conditioning, right? To set you free. So you can get to your sexual purity, to that rawness that we women crave so much, that we need so much, because there is a big lack of it in the world right now. So you can get to that primordial nature of yours, to liberate yourself. So you can experience better orgasms, better sexual experiences, and believe it or not, more enjoyable and integrated life overall. I heard this phrase from the renowned psychologist Esther Perel. She said, "Tell me how you were loved, and I will tell you how you make love." So of course, the way you were brought up has a straight correlation as to how you operate in your sexuality. So in sometimes to heal and to untangle those layers of guilt and shame, we need to use the tools to get to the deeper layers of our unconscious mind so we can live more fulfilling lives. Please subscribe to my channel. Please like it if you truly found this video useful. Share it with your friends. Check out my free offerings down below. If you haven't downloaded my testicle massage guide, please do so, because I've been hearing great results after practicing this practice for some time. All right, I will see you very soon. Mwah.